Hi Libra, thanks for joining me for your May 2017 forecast for the month. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for subscribing to the channel and for your support on my Facebook page, Audrey Alison, Astrology and Tarot, and for following me on Instagram and for your donations. I'm very humbled to receive them. So let's start our month. On the 3rd of May, we have Mercury finally going direct at 24 degrees of Aries in your 7th house of significant others, relationships, of marriage, of soulmates, of business partnerships. So for Libra, there's been a review of the details of the relationship you're in. And this was occurring in April because we had our Venus review, the same time we had our Mercury review. And I'm recording these on the day that Mercury went retrograde, my ruling planet, so I'm a little tongue-tied. We'll see if I can effortlessly communicate this forecast to you. So now that Mercury is direct on May 3rd through the 15th in this 7th house sector, there's replenishing energy that is beneficial to Libra. And you're relating to your relationship better. Maybe there were some misunderstandings or a miscommunication when the planet of communication is retrograde. On the 10th of May, we have our full moon at 20 degrees of Scorpio. And this full moon brings an illumination in your financial sector, your 2nd house of wealth and budget, and also confidence and self-value here. Some Librans might feel the full moon brings an ending to a behavior, so you might put an end to what's the word I'm searching for? Here we go with Mercury. I'm like, what am I saying? It's a term and it'll come to me. When you speak negatively about yourself, self-deprecation? Why am I at a loss? Negative self-talk. You put an end to this. No degrading yourself or lowering the self-worth. You're putting an end to deprecation, self-deprecation. I'm like, what am I saying? You put an end to this negative speech about the self-value. You could just be done using that way of talking about yourself, because the full moon brings the fullness, the culmination in this sector. And the 2nd house is the house of self-value and confidence, as well as it is money, your worth. So if you say shitty things about yourself, that's what you're drawing in, more shitty things. So keep it on the up and up in the verbiage, and you can push through in that full moon. On the 15th, Mercury direct enters Taurus, so he can replace some of that energy where he retrograded last month. Libra, it's all about your intimacy when this planet transits into Taurus through June 6th. Communications with the sexual partner, who you're intimate with. The analysis of your sexuality is occurring from the 15th of May through June 6th, because the 8th house is the house of sexuality and intimacy, privacy. And Mercury is the study, the analysis, details, thorough details. So some Librans are questioning who they are intimate with or how they are intimate. And for some, this will apply in the shared resources sector, because the 8th house is other people's money and investors, investments. And Mercury here can see contracts and signatures needed. Now that he's direct, it's a thumbs up in that area. Details in inheritance and wills, estates is also the 8th house. So I certainly don't wish anybody's going through loss, but it's a part of life, and if you are, there could be something communicated to you, Mercury, regarding this loss, 8th house, of other people's money and investments and inheritance, 8th house. As a planetary interpreter, it's just my job to read the energy to see how it could apply for you. But please watch your ascendant sign, your rising sign, Libra, and your moon sign. If you're lucky enough to know the time of your birth, that can all be calculated, and you can get a full scope if you watch all three. So, on the 19th, oh, you know what? Let me go back a little bit. On the 10th through the 14th, circle these dates, because between the 10th and the 14th, there is a beautiful aspect in between Mars and Jupiter stationed with you, Jupiter. Mars is in Gemini. So there's a trine between Mars in Gemini and Jupiter in Libra, affecting the first house of self, where you have Jupiter assisting you for the year of abundance. You get this once every 12 years. So a lot of Librans are very optimistic about where they are and their future. And the Jupiter is abundance and opulence and expansion. So Librans are doubling up and expanding themselves as well as literal property and things like that. But this aspect in between Mars and Jupiter has to do with the 9th house of foreign travel and higher education and your belief systems, maybe your politics, your politicking, and your spirituality, your higher certifications, what you're learning. The broadening of your study is existing with Mars trining Jupiter. And Libra is probably reading a lot, absorbing a lot of information like a sponge. I like this aspect for you. It's a beautiful, harmonious trine between the planet of energy and action and sex, and the planet with you, Jupiter, luck, abundance, and just jovial abundance, expansion, opulence. Now, on the 19th, Saturn in Sagittarius is also aspecting Uranus in Aries. So we have a fire sign trine, and this is in between the 3rd house and 7th house for Librans, which means this is an exact trine on the 19th of May at 26 degrees in between these fiery planets that could promote a strong communication to the spouse or significant other, a message from the partner you're with, from soulmate, something unexpected. Oh, May 19th, this could be a proposal date. I say that because unexpected surprise, which is Uranus in the marriage sector for Libra, Aries. Unexpected surprise mixed with establishing roots in the 3rd house of communication. The cosmic energy is saying this could be an engagement date on the 19th. For those of you who are in situations that could lead to that. For those of you looking and you want relationship, I would think on the 19th, get out that day. Be seen. There's unexpected surprise that's communicated that particular day, because it's not very often that these planets are in an exact trine. So we'll see how it applies to every Libra. Obviously, there's millions of you. It'll be very different, but write down in the comments below. I'd like to see how it did apply to some of you. On the 20th, we have our Sun entering Gemini. I love this time of year. So, conjunct Mars when the Sun enters Gemini on the 20th, and then on the 25th of May, which is World Tarot Day, I'm going to be throwing a pretty big party that day. The new moon on the 25th is at 4 degrees of Gemini. So you've got the Sun, the new moon, and Mars conjunct in the 9th house of foreign travel. Some Librans might be popping that question out of the country because the 9th house is taking a foreign trip out of your natural country or realm, going the distance abroad, wherever abroad is for you, because I know that we have some Southern Hemisphere people watching YouTube just as much as we do Northern Hemi. So this is about energy, learning, travel. Now that Mercury's direct, your new moon on the 25th could see you wanting to set sail to an exotic location. Librans could be attracted to foreigners or other cultures right now, or maybe you're needing to spice up your relationship by taking it into a place you've never been before. Something like that could apply. And Jupiter in your first house really has you in the right place at the right time. There's no luckier influence than Jupiter in the first house, except maybe conjunct Venus. But we'll see what the cards say. I've been thoroughly shuffling. Gosh, here we go with the Mercury. The Cosmic Tarot by Norbert Loesch. I love this deck. It's so beautiful. The illustrations, the artwork, I'm completely attracted to all of the artwork in all of my tarot decks. It's like one of my favorite things to do is just kind of look at all of them and study them. But I'm thoroughly shuffled. If you're curious to know how it is I handle the cards, how I shuffle, what my rituals are, how I connect with the tarot, there is a course in the Show More section if you expand down below. And it's a tarot course that I wrote and published, and I have several students in it already. If you're interested, for just the cost of a 30-minute tarot reading, I am yours for 3 weeks via the computer. You get sent a course every 3 days for a total of 3 weeks, 7 lessons, and it's a lot of reading, but it's thorough and private, so it's just my own personal ritual, and I've been interactive with the students in the course, so it's been a lot of fun. If you're into it, check it out. And as usual, if you'd like to read with me, I'm at audreyalison.com. I read all through the week, so you can select your reading there. Libra, here's your first card. Ooh, look at this. Spectacular. The World. Wow, this card is super beautiful. On the World card, it's the last card, it's number 21 in the Major Arcana, the last Major Arcana before the Minor Arcana starts. The World has all 4 fixed zodiac signs on it. And you'll see them here, the Aquarius, the Leo, the Taurus, and the Scorpio. Scorpio having both 2 totem animals, the scorpion and the eagle. The Aquarius is the water bearer, Taurus is the bull, Leo is the lion. So the World means, I'm actually getting a whole vibe to tell you about. So those fixed signs would create a square in astrology. And a square is not really a harmonious positioning, it's discord and a little bit of irritation before there can be progression. So what the World is saying is, even though there might appear to be discord, this is the best card in the tarot, so maybe stick with it a little longer. There could be a breaking, a chasm, an opening, and things could start falling into place more for you. The World is your oyster, Libra. Jupiter's with you. It's a very successful time for you. Yes, Ace of Cups. Some Librans are initiating pregnancy. This could be the birth of a new child or the birth of a new emotional connection. If Libra is not in a relationship, this is new emotional connection, absolutely. If you are, it could be that you're desiring something new, or you feel like there's a fresh start, a newness to the relationship that you're in. Let's see what else comes up. I don't like this. Ten of Swords is about feeling trapped and maybe losing out on something. Feeling stuck, but maybe sad about what it is you're missing. The Ten of Swords feels like it's not the life of the party right now. Let's see what else. Prince of Wands. A young Leo, young fire sign. A deliverer of quick message. Where do you have that? With all of this Mars energy, which is fire, wands, some of you are hearing from a Leo or a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, or rising, with a message. Sagittarius, did I say that? Because I'm just hearing Sagittarius. For some of you, this fire sign didn't work out, and it could be a past energy. And what didn't work out in the past, why is my lighting weird? What didn't work out in the past maybe has the potential to be, to start anew. Maybe some Librans feel sadness or loss about a previous relationship that meant the world to you. And maybe Libra is giving this a round 2. Let's see, you have one more card here. Wow, I just said round 2, 2 of Swords. You're thinking about it. I think that Libra might be torn or making a decision. It could have to do with a fire sign person. 2 of Swords is torn in 2 directions. And there's a duality to this card regarding maybe, well, decision making, but also comparing and contrasting. Some Librans are in relationship, 7th house, and thinking about the old relationship. Or maybe there's something familiar about this relationship, but there's a fresh slate being offered to you. Some of you are choosing to go back to the old relationship. And why not? I mean, if it worked and it works for you now, life is all about change and ebbs and flows. So some of you it might work for. God, this card is beautiful though. It's like moonlight. I like that. Strong decision card, weighing both sides of a situation, discerning them, analysis. The Swords are ruled by the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and there's a lot of thought that goes into this card. So, but to start on this, you're in a good place. You're in a very good place to start something new or to have a new emotional connection with maybe something that had failed you before. So things that didn't work out can be resuscitated is also what I'm hearing. And when I say that, when I say I'm hearing, it's not that I hear a person, well, sometimes I do, but right now when I say I'm hearing, it's more like I'm given a block of information through feeling, which is called claircognizance and clairsentience. And then it's my job as a messenger, as a caller that I've had since I was 4 years old, that I remember. My first memory of this happening was at 4. It's my job to interpret this block of information I receive to other people. So what I'm getting is that you might have a round 2. And when I said 2, 2 appeared. And or maybe it's also the decision of 2. But I'm confident in Libra because, you know, you rule the mind. You're extremely intelligent and discerning. So have your confidence that you'll make the right decision. There's no mistakes here. There's just learning. Thank you, Libra. I'm hoping you have a sweet May and a beautiful day. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.